Hi guys, welcome to another baby toddler story time. This month's theme is food, and if you make it into the library, you're going to find there's books on food everywhere you're looking. It's one of my favorite topics because everybody eats food, and it's really exciting to learn about it. Plus, you can practice alphabet letters that match the different food names as well as practicing our colors. So today, we're going to be reading a story called Froggy Bakes a Cake. We can see the title there. Kind of see a mess on the cover, too. And on this front cover, we're also going to find that it's written by Jonathan London and illustrated by Frank Remkowitz. So those pieces are all going to be found on the front cover. If we turn our book, the skinny part, that's our spine. And the spine sometimes says the title, and sometimes it'll have the author's name. And if it's a library book, it'll have a call number on it, that sticker that has the author's name on it. We'll flip it over, and the back cover of our book often has a picture and a little summary. And a summary is what the story is about. Really, really short. So let's get started, guys. Froggy bakes a cake. Oh my goodness. It was Froggy's mother's birthday, and Froggy was outside making mud pies. "Froggy!" called his father. "What?" "Help me make a cake for your mother." "Ooh." "Oh, please," cried Froggy. "I want to do it all by myself." So Froggy flopped into the kitchen. Flop, 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 flop. "Well, you'll need some flour," said his father, "and sugar and chocolate." "I know," said Froggy, and he pushed his chair up against the counter so he could reach everything. He took down the flour, he took down the sugar, he took down all the chocolate candy his mother had hidden since Halloween. "We need lots of flour and sugar," said Froggy, and he dumped a large bag of flour and the whole box of sugar into a big yellow bowl. "Uh-oh, that might be too much." "And we need lots and lots of chocolate," said Froggy, and he dumped 10 handfuls of chocolate-covered flies. Not my kind of candy, but I guess to frogs that's pretty tasty. "We're gonna need some milk too," said Froggy's father. "I know," said Froggy, and he flopped to the fridge, flop, 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 and grabbed a carton of milk. Oops! He dropped it on his foot and spilled. "Oh, don't forget the eggs and butter," added his father. "I know," cried Froggy, and he snatched a carton full of eggs. Oops! He only broke 4 or 5. Only, that's a lot of eggs to break. And just 1 stick of butter that fell on the floor. Uh-oh. I don't know if Froggy's making a cake or if he's just making a mess. Let's find out. "Don't forget the baking powder," said his father. "I know," cried Froggy, and he climbed up and took down the baking powder. Then he cracked 7 eggs into the bowl. Crack, 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 crack. And only a few shells fell in. It'll add a little crunch, huh? And then he put in the butter, bloop, and poured the milk, bloop, 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 bloop. And finally, he dumped in the whole box of baking powder. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of ingredients. "Time to mix it all together," said his father. "I know," cried Froggy, and he stirred it and slopped it and mixed it and plopped it. Then he dumped all the goopy cake batter into a cake pan and shoved the cake inside the oven. As he did, he sang, "Oogly boogly blurbly bake. I make and I bake and I wait for the cake." That's kind of a fun little song he is singing. "Froggy!" called his father. "What?" "While you wait for the cake to bake, help me blow up some balloons. It's definitely looking like a party now." Froggy helped blow up balloons. He blew, and he blew, and he blew, and he... pop! Oh, he blew it too big. "Now," said his father, "help me set the table." Froggy helped set the table. Oops! He knocked over some lemonade, and the party paper tablecloth got all wet. Darn, sometimes we do just make messes. "Froggy!" called his mother. "What? What smells so good?" "It's a surprise!" yelled Froggy, and he flopped back into the kitchen. Flop, 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 flop. "Come and get it!" hollered Froggy. Froggy's mother and father flopped in and slid across the buttery floor. Whoop! And Froggy said, "Are you ready?" And he opened the oven door. What do you guys think's going to be in there? Is it going to be a cake? I see a lot of steam or maybe smoke coming out of that oven. Yikes! The cake exploded, yelled Froggy's father. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more and more red in the face than green. Too much baking powder, I guess. Do you think he's upset? I think so. Sometimes our faces change colors when we're really upset. Still good, though, said his father, licking his fingers. Wait, cried Froggy. I'll be right back. Flop, 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 flop. Happy birthday, Mom, he said, and he handed her a fresh mud pie with a candle in it. I made this one all by myself. Oh, Froggy, said his mother, this is the best birthday pie I've ever had. What a mess, said Froggy's father. Let's go and celebrate. Great, said Froggy. Yes, said Froggy's mother. And together they leapfrogged all the way to the bakery, flop, 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 where they got to buy themselves a new cake. I love that story, partly because there's so many fun sound effects, and it's really fun to try to make things yourself. So along those lines of making things, you're going to find in your guys' kits that there are some papers that'll help you and your little one make your own cake, and I promise it won't be nearly as messy as Froggy's was. You're also going to find a container in there that'll have some glue as well as a clothespin and a piece, and basically a cotton ball at the top. This looks a little funny, but what this is it's a really great way for kids to practice gripping and spreading on the glue. So you actually want to just swirl it around. You don't need a ton of glue, but you know how kids are. They love glue. And so from here, you're going to take your different pieces of your cake, and you're actually going to blot glue. You can get as much on there as you want. That's another nice thing with this is you can let them dip it in, and then you control when it's time to go ahead and get more on it, or if it actually needs more. But the kids get to dab it as much as they want on top of their cake pieces. Then they're going to take that piece and stick it on to the cake base. Now there's one more piece they get to do that with, and this is going to be the little bit of frosting that goes in the middle. So I'm going to take some more glue. That would be a good time to refill. Dot, 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 dab. And once I've got some glue on there, I'm going to glue that right in the middle of my cake. And at the end of it, you guys will have made a little cake together that didn't leave your kitchen in a mess. Feel free to let your kiddos decorate with crayons or markers or anything that they're comfortable with. They can even stick a bunch of stickers on there if that's their thing. Alrighty, guys, let's end our story time with a really fun song where we get to sing about these jelly beans, and you guys are going to practice your colors with me. Alrighty, guys, are you ready? Good, because I am too. 5 little jelly beans. I wish I had more. Now I'll eat a yellow one. Yellow. And now there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little jelly beans, tasty as can be. Yum. Now I'll eat a green one. And now there are 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 little jelly beans, only just a few. Now I'll eat a red one. You guys see the red? And now there are 2. 1, 2. 2 little jelly beans. Eating them is fun. Now I'll eat a purple one. And now there is 1. 1 little jelly bean. The last one just for me. I'll eat the color blue. And now I'm as happy as can be. Thank you guys so much for joining me for our baby toddler story time. And if any of you parents are looking for some books about getting picky eaters to eat more food or figuring out what's the best balanced diets for kids or how to make amazing snacks for them, I've put up a bunch of books in our parenting section that can give you guys some ideas too. See you next time.